Hello Internet, this is TheRoschi and I'm back with some more Genshin Impact goodness. Today, a very special episode. We have my reaction for the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. We got Albedo, we got Sucrose, we got Dragonspine, we got Pallid. Screw that guy. Anyway, you're gonna see my reaction and it's gonna be a fun time. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Let's get into it.
Are you here to explore the snowy mountain too? You scared me. Please, don't scare me like that. I was giving my research report some much-needed consideration. But you were just standing over there, staring into space. Not at all. I was just thinking of a name for a new subspecies of sweet flower I propagated. It has seeds that are 4 times as large as normal. Oh, are you interested? Wonderful. Next time, please allow me to show you the fruits of my work. It's a shame. If I wasn't coming to this mountain, I would have brought some samples with me. Yeah. Weren't you doing research in the city? How come you're here? Timaeus and I were helping Albedo organize research data. Timaeus just left, in fact. You didn't run into him? Sure didn't. He said that he wasn't as sharp as Albedo when it came to data. By quite a long shot, in fact. The significance of some things Albedo is able to grasp almost immediately, but we, on the other hand, take considerable time. I fear that this must be the difference in our knowledge and experience showing. Timaeus seemed rather depressed about the matter. He said he was going to take a walk, so I'm currently settling the leftover affairs myself. I was originally going to take a look around myself after finishing up here, but unexpectedly, I gleaned some interesting data from these reports. But, well, guess my search for secrets will have to wait. Secrets? Ooh, what secrets? Actually, do you two have time right now? Don't have anything on us but that. Then, could I ask you for a favor? In truth, I feel like Albedo is concealing something from myself and Timaeus. But isn't he your teacher? What would a teacher have to hide from his students? That's true, but I feel like he's always hiding something. It is my personal guess that it is some great secret of alchemy. Wait, how are you so sure? Timaeus and I are both passionate researchers of alchemy. If it was anything else, Albedo wouldn't have any reason to hide it from us. You do have a point. Could you help me investigate what it is that Albedo's hiding? Please. I'm just too curious. What do you think? Yes! Thank you, thank you! All right. Let's take a little trip, shall we?
Festering Desire. I like seeing Sucrose again. Sucrose and Albedo, they're essentially tied, but I feel like she has appeared for quite a few times so far in this beginning stuff. One of the main characters, at least in the beginning of introducing the card game, appeared in Albedo's story quest, and now she's appearing here for the beginning of this event because it's revolving around Albedo again, probably. I imagine she also has a story quest, and maybe she even has a hangout or whatever. And that's quite a bit compared to a lot of these other early game characters. So I don't know if they just really like Sucrose or they're just kind of like, oh yeah, she's just great for exposition because we got our little nerdy girl. I like the character, so I'm glad to see her again. I do like how this essentially connects to Albedo's story quest. Those last few moments of that quest stick with you. And you know Albedo is hiding something. It just confirms that he has his secrets, right? And now it's getting to the point where Albedo's acting a little weird because he's getting a little obsessed over these secrets and blah, blah, blah. And now other people who are close to him are starting to pick up on it. Sucrose just genuinely cares about the guy and wants to know, like, why does he have to hide his secret? But I guess she doesn't exactly know that he's not normal. Or maybe she does. I'm not sure. Anyway, I like the direction that this is going in so far. So let's continue.
Albedo's secret must be something truly extraordinary. But if that's the case, why the secrecy in the first place?
Honestly, it's to not worry others.
Albedo!
Why are you here? Are you lost?
No, we're not.
A secret?
Hey, what are you doing?
Being honest.
Our mission calls for a delicate approach.
Yeah, we weren't gonna fool him either way.
Sure, but still.
Actually, you've arrived at just the right moment. I have business with you too, in fact. Here, catch.
No, don't throw things at me. My depth perception.
As you can see,
Ooh.
it is a sword.
I imagine this is like the weapon you get from the event itself. It's a very cool design.
I did not make the sword. However, I did add some alchemical touches to it.
Ooh.
Would you like to try it out?
You're giving it to me?
My research indicates that this sword has some unique properties. Only you can use it.
What?
But I need to gather data from it quite urgently. So, could I bother you to use it in battle?
Wait a second. How can there be a sword that only one person can use?
Any adverse side effects?
Very astute of you. This sword has indeed had a curse laid upon it. An ordinary person would be unable to wield it at all. However, you are an exception.
Oh, I have an idea.
Huh?
Or perhaps I should say that only you are immune to the curse. As such, who could I find to help me if not you? We gain little from saying more. Go find some monsters nearby. After all, some things are best discovered through practice.
Festering Desire. That's the name of the sword? That's crazy. A creepy straight sword that almost seems to yearn for life. It drips with a shriveling venom that could even corrupt a mighty dragon. This is straight up like abyss magic, abyss essence stuff, right? I hope he hits that description. I hope you hit that description. I want to read this. If not, I'm gonna look it up. I'll look it up, I swear to God. Hit that description. You didn't hit the description. I'm looking it up. Okay, here we go. This was a story from long ago. Unborn life, unfulfilled wishes. Tragic dreams at the edge of the universal darkness that could never come true. Indwell my body and descend unto this world. Then, my lovely children, like rainwater flowing into creeks and plants growing towards the sun, go unto a lovely place and display your own beauty there with pride. This is a memory that a child named Durin had of his mother. Thank you, mother, thank you. You gave me wings to soar and a mighty form. Mother, I wish to go to a land of lovely songs. I will tell them about you, Mother, and about everyone else. I shall tell them that the place where I was born is beautiful. Ooh. Isn't Durin the name of the dragon that was corrupted? This just sounds really ominous. It sounds like You know, I'm going to show them that we're beautiful. And it just... I feel like that's like a bad guy thing to say. People need to read weapon descriptions more, man. And that's why I do it. That's why I do the thing.
How about those over there?
Paimon still has a bad feeling about this.
Over here! It's with this brat!
Ferocious man.
Give it back, you thief!
No.
Treasure hoarders? There are treasure hoarders in a place this cold?
Enough talk! Hand it over!
Watch out!
There's no end to this. A little taste. Should. I'm not careless. Picked the wrong test.
Now that's rich! Treasure hoarders calling us thieves?
They certainly arrived quickly. Goodness, no.
They seem to have been talking about this sword. What's going on?
I stole it.
Why are you looking at me like that? Of course I didn't steal this sword. Not long ago, the Knights caught a band of treasure hoarders outside the city. The goods they were smuggling were also impounded. This sword was one of those items.
Yeah, that's not stealing.
We believed it to be stolen plunder, but no one came to claim it. Nor could we find out where it came from, so it languished in our stores. I noticed it quite by chance while in our storehouse. To tell you the truth, such an old sword would see little use outside of alchemy.
You claimed it for yourself? Just like that?
Yeah, why not?
So, then what happened? You just took it with you?
Indeed. And I initially intended to perform some experiments on it, but I unexpectedly discovered its true origins in the process. This ancient-looking weapon once passed through the hands of a now-deceased blacksmith. It is a legendary, magical sword.
A magical sword?
It is said that the smith vanished not long after creating the weapon, with the weapon subsequently becoming lost to time. Working backwards from its eventual fate as plunder, one can guess that it was then stolen by the treasure hoarders, where it remained in obscurity till recently.
The blacksmith who made this weapon disappeared? That's kinda spooky. No wonder it's cursed.
Exactly. Do you know the story of Durin and this mountain?
Was I
Durin
correct?
was the black dragon who menaced Mondstadt,
Yup.
before finally being defeated by the combined efforts of Dvalin and the Animo Archon Barbados. After a fierce battle, the vanquished Durin crashed to ruin here, falling into the thick snow. Snow gathers atop this mountain and never melts, which is a most curious phenomenon. Which leads one to wonder, was Durin's fall here purely by chance, or was it intent?
Could it really have been intent?
Could have been.
Perhaps this place was chosen as a gravesite precisely so that the snow's power could seal the corrosive toxin coming from Durin's body. It seems plausible that Barbados would think of such a method.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Was Barbados such a capable god?
Yeah.
Well, these are just my postulations. I don't have any evidence. But what's for certain is that this mountain and Durin are deeply intertwined. In fact, I believe that the very sword in your hand has Durin's remains in it.
A dragon's remains?
Indeed. The dragon's eyes, claws, and scales ground into dust before being used to coat the blade.
Wow.
In this way, Durin's corruption and venom entered into the sword and became the source of its power. This is very advanced craftsmanship. I presume that having successfully forged the weapon, the smith must have tried it out themselves in their joy. But using the sword in battle would have allowed the corruption to seep through the blade's handle and into their bodies. Ordinary mortals cannot withstand such power. The blacksmith must then have fled, driven mad by the curse, before meeting their end in some unknown place. You've purified the volunteers before, which is a very rare ability indeed.
True, we have done
This
that.
ability has protected you from being corrupted or poisoned, and you can completely eliminate their effects. Which is why you, and only you, can properly wield this sword.
Okay.
Still, this sword really is huge. Yikes! It's glowing!
Yeah, do that.
As far as I'm concerned, this is where the real experiment begins. This sword is still very weak at present. However, it is able to absorb energy, and through that, it is able to constantly become stronger. In some sense, you could even say that it is a living thing. Well then, traveler, adventure with it to your heart's content. I need you to help it grow.
That's
I
a little
believe
scary.
that we will soon have all the proof that we need.
Okay. That was cool. And yeah, okay, so I remember that correctly, that Durin was the name of the abyssal dragon. So we got that. I also really like how just a little more droplets of venti awesomeness thrown in here. Although there's no straight up evidence to prove it. It's just Albedo's you know, his theories, that I guess it could make sense to have the body fall on Dragonspine. Well, and, you know, to be sealed by the snow and all that stuff. And at the same time, you could think that's like a form of preservation in a way, though. Like, yes, perhaps like it prevents the corruption to leak from the corpse and spread across the land, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's gone, that it could still be there, pulsing within the ice, you know? I wonder if Dragonspine will ever... I wonder if Dragonspine will ever make a return one of these days. In like, not exactly the same way, but I don't know, connected to things. This is just straight up, yeah, evil, corrupted dragon remains dusted down to make this weapon special. And because we have that purifying ability, we are able to wield it. So it is more along the lines of, we have that ability that's very, like, you know, we can purify things. Let's keep on going. I think I just need to see more. Festering Desire, quest complete. Okay, rearmed, reforged. Okay, so they leveled this thing up. It's glowing all pink now. It's pretty baller.
Albedo!
You're back.
We've been working hard on the sword, you know. Check it out!
This background music is getting me anxious right now.
Indeed. It is as I thought. This sword grows stronger as you use it in battle.
I thought that only applied to people.
And that's precisely what makes it special. Ah, yes. I should mention the more important matter first. I've investigated the area nearby, and I've discovered some unusual signs.
It's not more thieves, is it?
Aren't we the real thieves here?
That's true.
That's not what he said.
I believe that these strange traces require investigation. Whether it be thieves or something else, we shall investigate, and we shall find out.
Archon's rival. Ooh, okay. Interesting. And I don't think we're thieves.
Lots of human activity here, that's for sure. Looks like more than one person, too. So they have a camp here. Huh. Here to steal, just as usual.
Gosh dang, treasure
It
hoarders.
would be rather convenient to rob adventurers who come up here, yes.
It's survival of the fittest here on this mountain, huh? All that stealing, though, and still every last one of them still poor as dirt.
Perhaps this is their fate.
Anyone who calls us thieves gets no pity from Paimon.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who are these sniveling sneaks snooping around our camp?
Ah! We're busted!
Get him.
Another test subject. Try.
Hey!
Disappear!
Oh, I see what you were trying to do, buddy. That's a shame. Got stuck on the totem.
What are the Fatui doing here? And those treasure hoarders look just as confused as we do, too.
Of course the Fatui would be here. Of course.
The Fatui. And they chose to attack us within the treasure hoarders' camp. Did they follow us here?
Probably.
But why would they do that?
Because they're the Fatui.
Did you go rile them up while we weren't looking?
Did you?
Why are you happy about it? I wouldn't do something like that.
Maybe it's something we all did then.
I think the Fatui are looking for this sword.
Sounds about right.
Weren't you keeping the sword super secret? How did they know it existed?
We've been running around using
Perhaps
it.
they caught sight of you using it on the mountain.
See?
If their eyes are any good, they'll definitely have seen how this sword stands out from the rest.
They really want everything, don't they?
Not quite, no.
I remember hearing about their activities recently
The
too.
Fatui are collecting things related to the Archons. This, I believe, is known to you.
Huh. Now that you mention it, we did hear Master Diluc say that.
Yeah.
Durin is the sworn enemy of the Animo Archon, and had power comparable to his. To say that it could rival the Archons, or was related to them, neither is an overstatement.
No wonder they set their sights on the sword.
So that's how it is.
I made a new discovery while sketching nearby. There's an area up ahead that's quite remarkable. Its ley lines flow differently from any other. Nearby monsters have been attracted to it and have fallen under its influence. As a result, their constitutions have come to far surpass others of the same kind.
That seems convenient. Well, we're here to help this sword grow, aren't we? Might as well go try it out on those monsters.
Precisely my intention. Oh, and do remember to observe how various enemies affect the sword differently while you're at it, please.
So how did it feel?
Sword's power has increased.
I have a hypothesis concerning this. Each time this sword absorbs power from the bodies of fallen enemies, it will resonate with Durin's remains, hidden somewhere on this mountain.
Holy moly, that sounds amazing!
That sounds scary.
If my theory proves correct, this could mean that all the monsters here may be resonating with Durin's body. I fear this may have to do with the origin of these monsters' powers. Durin is no ordinary beast. Even though it is long dead, the entire mountain is still held in thrall by its corpse. The dragon's mysterious power may itself be a form of curse. We still don't have enough information. If we wish to understand more data is required. And this is where you come in.
Guess story times become work time.
I have some research work that needs settling, so we will have to work separately for now. Let's meet up again near the broken bridge.
Okay. Archon's rival. Quest completed. Yeah, so it's kind of like what I thought, that the power's still there, but everything else is kind of feeding off of it still.
Oh, hey, does he have a guest over?
Hey, that's what's his face? Clyde?
Yes, perhaps
Cyrus.
it is too soon to ask our greenhorns to come adventuring here. But adventure is nothing if it is not about pushing our limits. What is a journey without struggle, without excitement?
I don't know, Reinhardt.
This place may be infested with wicked hilichurl bandits and knee-deep snow, but an adventurer must never stop pressing forward.
Cyrus, to the point, please.
Come, come. The beauty of a chat lies in the journey, not the destination. Just like an adventure. Even if you are robbed blind and must give up on your encampment, you can start a fire and cook a meal in the frigid snow. This journey up the mountain will be an unforgettable one for all our newcomers.
Yes.
They may resent me, or even hate me. But in the future, they will think back upon this moment with hearts full of gratitude. For this was the day that the spirit of adventure was passed on to them.
Oh, yes. Go on.
He's not even paying attention.
Oh, brother, Albedo's at it again. He's always so cold when the topic doesn't catch his fancy.
He isn't interested in adventurers in the slightest, is he?
He sure is interested in you, though.
Pretty interesting.
Still, should we say that our newcomers are too green, or that the mountain is too mighty? We have taken great losses this time.
What? What do you mean, great losses?
They're dead.
Oh, you must be.
What's up, Cyrus?
Long time no see.
Ah, yes, the young adventurer and his companion. It is my pleasure to see you here. I trust these frigid ascents have not given you too much trouble?
Ha! We can take anything it has to throw at us.
Ha ha ha! Good, good. I love your confidence. But you must be here on some important duty, braving the wind and snow like this.
I came here to gather the latest data on hilichurls, and asked him to serve as my assistant.
He's quite reluctant to let people in on the matter of that sword, isn't he?
Ah, I see. A gathering of people chasing their dreams and ideals, is it? Then I wish you all the best. Farewell for now. I must go see to our new recruits.
You do that, Cyrus.
Looks like we've made a discovery.
Albedo is keeping Cyrus in the dark. I don't blame him, honestly.
Well, it is a magical sword after all. It's understandable that he doesn't want other people to know about it.
Exactly.
I am listening, you know. There is no should or shouldn't here. I can answer your questions,
Yay.
but not right now.
Oh,
Right now, I have more pressing matters on hand.
that's fine.
Pressing matters. Let Paimon guess. We've got a part to play in it too, huh?
You're getting smarter, Paimon.
Hey! Paimon will have you know that she's always been smart.
Well,
I have discovered some new habitats nearby with different monster types. I believe they will provide us with similarly varied data.
You sure love your research, don't you?
Perseverance is key to research, and persistence is the basis of the alchemist's art. So, are you ready? Then let us go.
Okay. Raiders amidst snow mist. So yes. I don't blame Albedo at all for not wanting to talk about the subject that he's currently working on so freely. In fact, it doesn't really... It's one of those things, in my opinion, that the less people who know, the better. He told you, the Traveler, because of your unique abilities. And if you didn't have those powers, there's no reason why he'd tell you. If this curse on this weapon could potentially harm you for not having such powers, why bring it up? Why talk about it? Why chance the possibility of like enticing you to get yourself involved? You never know what someone might do in order to get the upper hand above the competition, or just to become a great adventurer, and they'll seek out whatever. Not saying that they would steal from Albedo, but you know, there's this temptation that's there, right? So I think it makes sense that Albedo would keep it close to his chest. At the same time, you could make the argument that like, oh no, but people should know of something that could be considered a threat. Or more people within the Knights of Favonius at least should know about this. And it also seems like he is able to wield the sword as well, even though we haven't seen him fight with it, but it was in his possession before this, so he would have had to have literally handed it over to you. Or floated over or whatever. Maybe he doesn't physically touch the thing. At the same time, Albedo is not human. He's not made of the same stuff. He realizes he's very unique. I don't know. There could be a chance that the sword could corrupt him. He's terrified of his own abilities. He can't be running around using it like a weapon, so he has you do it because you can take it. Whether or not that's the case, we know that he wants to kind of just research how this works, and how strong it can get, and what its potential is, and how it is... It's a very dangerous experiment to know that it resonates with the freaking remains of Durin here on Dragonspine is pretty wild. And then to want to continue to push that further to see what happens is kind of crazy. But that's what these researchers do. That's what these scientists do. They push the limits to things that they shouldn't. So I could definitely see how people would be like, he's endangering everyone around him and he's keeping it a secret and this is why he's sketchy. Meanwhile, I'm over here with the similar mindset, like, but we want to find out. We want to know. Knowledge is power. It can also lead to bad things. Knowledge is power, but ignorance is bliss. Hello, I'm interrupting myself to let you know that I have a member section. I also have a Patreon, and by joining either of those things, Scholar tier and up, you get the same benefits, some exclusive content, things that people don't normally get to see in my normal videos. And I recommend it. I highly recommend it. And I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't think you'd enjoy it. If you can, sign up. I'd appreciate it. If not, totally understandable. You subscribing to my channel, watching the videos, supports me as well. And thank you so much, because every little bit counts, and I appreciate it. By the way, I like your shirt. I think you should wear that out more. I think people would actually really be like, wow, look, that's a nice shirt. And it would be a great time. Anyway. Have a good one. Enjoy the video.
It seems that no one is here.
Do monsters go out to run errands too?
Yeah, I saw a Hilitroll the other day
Well
getting
then,
milk.
Would you like to take a look around before they return? Or shall we rest a while here?
Great idea. I have some questions. Oh, come on.
All right. What would you like to ask?
Thank you.
So we're having a chat now? Paimon wants in.
Paimon, you were already here. It's fine.
I know you must have questions. Whether it be about me, or about this entire situation. As I said before, I will answer them.
Good man.
But I will not deceive you. There are some things I cannot go into detail on.
Fair.
On these matters, you'll have to permit me to summarize a bit.
Huh. Guess Albedo can be pretty straightforward when he wants to be.
I think he's been pretty straightforward for the most part.
Uh-huh. What?
What? Oh, the Hilitrolls. Are you making those strange
What do you
noises?
think? And why aren't you asking Albedo, huh?
Oh my god.
With the wind!
What is it doing here? Ah! It's running off! Did you see that? That Hilitrol ran off while holding onto something that looks like a book!
That's not good. That was my sketchbook.
Hyman thinks it's just your run-of-the-mill thief, really.
To think that it dared to steal my sketchbook. Quite bold, this one.
Looks like Albedo's got a frosty temper.
I'll lend you a hand. Stealing art is not cool.
We must get the book back. It has my notes and sketches in it.
I've never seen a trail like this in the game, like little triangle points. Usually it's a little glowy trail or something. I wonder why they switched it up.
Before it gets too far away.
Not that it matters.
Looks like it's a dead end. You know, except for this huge cavern entrance.
Did it run in there?
Judging from the tracks, that seems to be the case.
Then what are we waiting for? We can't let it escape.
Wait. This mountain is incredibly large. Even if there was a path within its bowels, such a road would not be easy to walk. Can you feel it? The wind carries the scent of ice and stone with it, and the sound of echoes. The space within must be massive.
Really?
As such, rash moves are of no benefit to us.
But we've come all this way. We can't just let it leave.
Isn't that sketchbook very important to you?
It is, but that doesn't mean that we should act recklessly.
True.
There is another way. It just requires some extra work. If my guess is correct, this cavern's exit is on the other side of the mountain. You are quite the expert glider, and I am a fair hand myself. So, prepare yourself, and we'll glide across in one go.
Alrighty. Reach the target location within 90 seconds. Probably.
And that's our sketchbook. And it was on the head honcho, as expected.
There's been some damage.
No!
I need to head back to see if there's anything I can salvage. Let's meet at the alchemy stall in Mondstadt later, shall we?
Okay.
Wow. Albedo looked like he was in quite a hurry. Guess those who can't appreciate art shouldn't be able to handle it, huh?
Yeah.
Albedo, how's the sketchbook situation?
It's all right. A few pages were destroyed, but most of it is intact. The temperature in the snowy mountain is sub-zero. It can reach extremely low temperatures, especially near that cavern. What makes matters worse is that the hilly churls have drooled all over the pages. To leave wet paper in such low temperatures, it's too dreadful to imagine.
Frozen paper is so brittle. It doesn't take much for it to fall apart, huh? No wonder you're an alchemist. Such an ingenious mind.
Put it back together.
If the sketchbook had been severely damaged, you'd be furious, wouldn't you?
I would be pissed.
What leads you to believe that?
You told us there's a lot of drawings and notes inside.
I must admit, I bring the sketchbook everywhere I go. However, I wouldn't fly into a rage over such a thing. Had I not been able to salvage it, I would just draw everything again.
Huh. How pragmatic of you.
If that happened to me, I'd get mad.
Is that so?
Yeah. After all, you put a lot of effort into your drawings.
That's right.
Think of all the memories you've committed onto paper.
Yep.
Such mementos shouldn't be easily abandoned.
Absolutely. All well said. You took the words out of Paimon's mouth.
You're right. Redrawing everything would be a tedious endeavor.
Especially since you're so talented, right? You've mastered so many skills and gathered so much knowledge that other people can only dream of. But such talented people sometimes forget about that. It's one of the downsides of being smart, isn't it?
Without a doubt, Paimon is an interesting creature.
Yes? Paimon forgets about the little things too.
Don't put Paimon on the spot when it comes to wisdom.
Changing the subject,
No!
Cyrus told me that the hilly trolls from this mountain attack and rob adventurers. The place we visited should be one of their camps.
The hill trolls in the area are strong.
Yeah, the hilichurls here are way stronger than the ones at the bottom of the mountain.
I can't disagree. I assume this must be related to the dragon. The corruptive power emanating from Durin's remains is making the monsters stronger, which, in tandem with the frigid climate, depopulated some mountain areas. Can you take out the sword, Traveler?
Okay.
Each time you fought in the mountains, this sword was absorbing power and storing it within itself. Moreover, thanks to your purification, the corruptive power of the dragon's blood seems to be all gone now. It's a very interesting phenomenon.
It's not the first time we've done something like that. We're experts.
I always wondered what purification was capable of. I knew you were capable of doing it, but seeing it with my own eyes is a unique experience.
Your power-absorbing sword must be quite dangerous.
Indeed. I can't say it's the safest of weapons.
Lucky that it wasn't snatched away by those hilichurls. Otherwise, we'd be done for.
Aren't Fatui a bigger threat?
Hilichurls are a threat too. What if that power could turn them into ultra hilichurls?
Ultra hilichurls?
Ultra demon hilichurls.
Ultra demon snowman hilichurls.
Snowman? Now you've ruined the game.
What the f-
Anyway, about the sword. If it's so powerful, can't it absorb your energy as well, Albedo?
Would you like to try it out?
Oh!
Yikes! Such a cold gaze!
Paimon didn't mean anything bad.
It's fine. After all, I still hope you'll continue to use this sword.
You still trust us? Even though this sword is so dangerous? Well, that was unexpected.
Wasn't that unexpected?
Albedo, you say one thing but do another. Paimon can never tell what's really on your mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you want to know why I trust you, it might be because the unusual ones like us share a certain degree of understanding.
Unusual ones? I know where he's getting at.
Lonely individuals. Those who aren't like ordinary people. Just like, you and me.
Is he implying something? He is a lonely individual. And we knew this. We knew this, right? Lonely for being different. I feel like that the game actually shows us how lonely the Traveler really is through another character stating it like this. If you think about it, of course, if you've done everything throughout your life with this sibling of yours that's all of a sudden gone, or anyone, a friend, whoever, you're gonna feel lonesome. And of course, you can still go about your days with your new friends and doing things and essentially keeping your mind busy, but the loneliness doesn't always just go away. So there is that. And I think they showed that in the animated short, The Road Not Taken. Both Lumine, both Ether, just like at night, just like staring up at the sky, or literally finding quiet moments to like cry to themselves, and so on and so forth. And it just shows how that's like a consistent theme throughout all of this. And I don't think you see those scenes in the game necessarily. Like, I don't know if we ever see our character like fall to their knees and have like a mental breakdown. I'm not sure. If they do, then bravo to them. But I think it's definitely more of a, at this point at least, a subtle thing. And just having Albedo pointed out, being like, yeah, you're like me. You're different, and because of it, you're lonely. I appreciate it. I think it's cool that they touch upon that. And maybe I'm making it sound like a bigger deal than it is, but I don't know. I feel like I just have to point it out that like, yup, they mentioned the thing. They like, this is huge. This is actually good for character development stuff, because you think that it would impact our choices and all that stuff, even though choice is kind of an illusion in this game. But yeah, it just goes to show what kind of people we are, as far as the Traveler goes in this. Look for Albedo. You found him.
Albedo, we're back!
Well, we didn't find him yet.
Huh? It seems that he's not here. Is he out investigating something? Or maybe he went to make some mysterious drawings.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, if it isn't Sucrose! What are you doing here?
I'm in the final stage of my research. I have 5 hours and 26 minutes of leisure time today. So I came here looking for you to inquire about previously discussed matters.
You tell time very accurately. Are you a human clock?
No, it's nothing worth your praise. You're too kind.
That wasn't a compliment.
Damn, Paimon.
Can I ask you a question, Traveler? I made a request regarding investigating Mr. Albedo's secret. Have you made any progress?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been over a week since we talked about it.
I think you'd forgotten about it.
Over a week? I clearly... I've been so absorbed in my research, That matter of ours had completely slipped my mind.
How can your sense of time be so strong and so weak at the same time?
Paimon, leave her alone.
So,
She's busy.
do you know what it is?
Yeah, you could say that.
That's great. Could you tell me?
What do you think, Paimon?
Telling her shouldn't really matter.
It's true, it shouldn't.
She can take a look too. Just no touching.
Wait, what are you talking about? What's this?
Sorry, that was my alarm.
It's a super powerful sword. Don't touch it with your bare hands.
This is... This is... I've never seen...
Don't touch it.
Look all you want. Not sure why, but even Paimon feels a strange sense of achievement.
After telling Sucrose the story about the sword.
Astounding! It's the first time I've heard of such a mysterious weapon. I can faintly feel the power coursing through the sword. It's like a living creature.
Is it such a distinct feeling?
This may be due to my alchemist training. I don't dare to say anything for sure, but the flow of power is very noticeable. Although this description isn't the most precise. Normally I wouldn't define things like that. Please believe me, I don't usually use such ambiguous terms.
Okay, we got it.
Traveler, could you use this sword in battle? I'd like to learn more about it, but I'm unable to use it myself. I can only ask for your assistance.
Let's keep a little
Let's look around for the right
profile.
spot.
Uninvited guests. Now, this is going to lead to some trouble, probably. At the same time, if we fight, we fight, and if Sucrose happens to be there and see it, then that's one thing. But yeah.
Remarkable. This weapon is like no other. You're also extraordinary. No matter if it's your fighting stance or the momentum of your swing, it's perfect.
You flatter me.
This sword is special. I didn't want to go too deep into the research, and yet I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Well, Paimon thinks that's one of your own special qualities, not the sword's.
Clearly this is a mysterious yet dangerous and enticing sword. Mr. Albedo must have great confidence in you to have entrusted you with such an important item.
I'm as surprised as you. I can't talk
you
anymore.
Distrust with your abilities.
I agree with Paimon. However, the sword hadn't absorbed much energy before it was handed to you. Huh. How did Mr. Albedo recognize its uniqueness among a pile of other items in storage?
A flash of brilliance often doesn't make sense. For example, Paimon's appetite for sticky honey roast.
Which reminds me, I didn't eat much today. I went looking for you right after completing my experiment. Then, on the way, I ran into an adventurer trapped in the snow. I spent quite some time saving him.
Did your stomach just rumble?
No, it's not like that.
Is she hungry?
Don't be so shy. Just say what's on your mind. Let Paimon help you out. Paimon's hungry. We should grab something to eat.
I want to eat.
I'm hungry. I could really go for a... Oh. I'm just a little embarrassed.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Admitting that you're hungry makes the food taste better.
Huh? Is that so?
Of course! Let's get moving. There must be some food back at the camp. It'd be lovely to have some sticky honey roast to keep us warm in this icy weather.
We don't know if they have that at the camp. Cute little Sucrose action, though. Reckless Pallid.
Mr. Pallid, you still haven't gone back?
Isn't that the hot-headed adventurer from Mondstadt? Did he come here with Cyrus to explore the snowy mountain too?
Have I met Pallid before?
Freezing.
Have you been here since I rescued you from the snow pit?
I wanted to leave, but I got lost. I'm sorry. It's so cold that I can't move.
Mr. Pallid, a trip to this mountain requires solid preparation. You shouldn't have treated it so lightly.
We'll take him back down.
I'd appreciate the assistance. I'm afraid that, in his current state, he won't be able to walk on his own.
Even if we can't, we won't just leave him here, right?
You're right. My apologies, Traveler. I'm sure he feels bad about the situation.
I'll wait
It's
for
the
his
least
apology.
of your concerns right now. You should be worried about yourself.
The Fatui strike again!
Oh my god.
You must have already figured out why we're here. We won't let you go unless you give us that sword.
No! Please don't give them the sword!
Of course I would hand it over to them. Come on.
That's the spirit! Let's knock him down!
Mr. Pallid, I'll take you to a safe place, quickly.
So naive. We won't let any witness escape. This sword will make a fine gift for Her Excellency, Harbinger Senora!
Senora? Man, this guy just shouted at me like he was a DBZ character.
Steady as stone.
This isn't good. I heard the ruckus and came over to check. So it was you who made all this noise.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Did you get into a fight?
You could say that.
Mr. Albedo, I didn't mean to.
Aren't you supposed to be organizing documents? Why did you come here all of a sudden? And you got into a fight with such a dangerous opponent in this terrain.
I also got into a fight. My bad.
Well, now even Paimon feels guilty.
Good.
I'm sorry. I was just passing by.
Huh. I reckon you've been led astray by yet another thing that attracted your attention.
I told Sucrose about the sword. My bad.
You told her everything?
We just told her about the sword's properties and origin. We didn't let her touch it. We know better than that.
Never mind. We couldn't have kept her in the dark for too long anyway. Sucrose is naturally drawn to obscure knowledge and mystery. She is great alchemist material indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I promise I won't be causing trouble anymore. I swear on the quadruple-sized sweet flower seed I just propagated.
It's not trouble that worries me. I'm only concerned with your safety.
Aw.
You must be more careful next time. Anyway, what's going on with that adventurer crouching over there?
I took it upon myself to protect Mr. Pallid during the battle. He should be alright.
I'm freezing.
Should have brought a coat.
He must have caught a cold during the fight.
I didn't consider that possibility. It's my oversight, my apologies. Mr. Albedo, I'll check on him.
Sure.
Sucrose may seem a bit rigid, but she's a good kid with a heart of gold.
I wouldn't call her a kid if I were your size.
Can't disagree.
Okay.
That girl. Let her out of your sight, and she winds up in the strangest places.
Isn't that just what young people do in general?
True.
Sucrose didn't mean to cause trouble. Don't be too hard on her.
Don't worry, I'm not angry.
I didn't think so.
Huh. There seems to be a shiny thingy on the sword.
Another change. The sword's power is much stronger than before. How did that happen?
We fought with Fatui.
There were some ferocious characters among those Fatui soldiers. We've never seen them before.
So it's the energy it's never encountered before. It caused the sword to greatly grow in strength.
Guess that's why they mentioned fight different things, see how it affects the sword. Fatui's a new enemy.
So cold.
Hold on just a little longer.
Fire?
Oh no.
Fire! Warmth! Wait! Watch out!
Oh. We just got knocked down. What? It created a Dragonspine.
That Regisvine was brought back to life.
Oh.
What is it? Into position. Prepare for battle.
Leave it up as a good night should.
So the sword got knocked over and it became unstable.
The dragon's power. The dragon's life force can revive withered plants and empower them to such a degree. Inconceivable.
How could a dead tree stem turn out to be such a monster? Paimon almost got swallowed. Anyway, why hasn't anything like that happened before?
Most probably it's because the sword fell to the ground. The impact must have caused its power to leak out.
It's my fault. Don't make me leave, I beg you. I promise I'll stay put.
Mr. Pallid, there's no need to go into a fetal position.
This cryo-Regisvine, having originally withered up and died here, is it because it hadn't been able to absorb the ambient corruption? After you purified the corruption, the resulting pure elemental energy not only revived it, but also enhanced it. Pure life force will cause it to constantly regenerate itself, together with its fighting spirit.
I wouldn't have expected that.
I also haven't encountered any similar incidents. Yet, I must admit that a phenomenon of this rarity, although unexpected, is a valuable discovery. Sucrose,
Yes?
keep an eye on that adventurer. Take him back to the camp.
Yes, sir.
As for the matters at hand, I beg your pardon, traveler, but I must ask for your further assistance.
I'll do what I can to help.
Such an unexpected mess, and we're the only ones who can clean it up. It must be because we keep outdoing ourselves.
Okay. Pallid, being a panicking, delusional loser of a guy, thinks that a glowing purple sword is fire. Sure. And he knocks it over, and it kind of becomes unstable, and the purified energy within the sword went into the stump, and it essentially regenerated the plant and infused it with even more power than before, that it kind of evolved into a Regicine super quickly. So it wasn't corrupted energy because the sword's not corrupted anymore. It's been purified by us. It just has a lot of energy within it, like life energy. Let's see how this turns out. Afterward, look for Albedo.
We're back! It's us again!
Traveler, Paimon, welcome back.
Paimon's already used to meeting Albedo like that.
I've fulfilled your request.
Thank you so much. I knew I could count on you.
Count on me to help you?
Naturally. You were crucial to my research.
Glad to hear that.
I'll never forget your kindness.
Now you can take the sword back.
Should be powerful enough, right?
More or less. But tell me, how do you feel?
Same old.
Good. There's no side effects, no corruption or poison. Looks like I've been correct all along.
This guy, pretending to be a prophet.
Hey!
How do you like the sword?
It's a
Is
nice
that so?
weapon.
Regardless, it's reached the desired state.
Why are you holding the sword? Albedo, what are you trying to do? Don't mess around!
I want to extract the purified life force from within it.
Oh.
Can this force exist outside of the sword?
What's impossible for some might be just within my reach.
Uh-oh.
All done.
Okay.
Wow, this energy looks like a ball of light. You put it into a mysterious bottle.
This sword might not be a divine weapon, but it'll make a fine memento. I hope it can be of some help during your travels.
You don't need it anymore?
I needed it for the sake of my research. I've already obtained the results of the experiment. This sword belongs to you, a person who knows how to use it. Thank you for your assistance with completing this research. Well then, goodbye. This dragon's life force resonates with me. Not because it's a dragon, but because I am me. Rhine daughter, master, is this your creation? The giant dragon Durin?
Rhine daughter?
Was the two of us meeting really a good thing?
Huh. And that's it. That's my reaction for the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it, although, admittedly, I would have enjoyed it more if I had to play it. This is a problem that I'm going to bring up every single time I react to one of these events, because it's a big problem. Hoyoverse really needs to get their shit together and make these things replayable. It's not that big of a deal. They are $1 billion company, and as far as I'm concerned, they have no excuse. So this will continuously deduct points from my overall enjoyment experience of this game, because something like this seems pretty important, along with a lot of the other events that are very much story related. When it's actually revealing character information and character development and world lore, then it's an issue. And considering that this had all of that in it and was awesome, I'm a little butthurt, and I will forever be butthurt. Regardless, I still hope you enjoyed my experience reacting to this. I'm glad that I got to see it because it got my brain going like crazy, and especially with the summer event that I experienced too, that you will get to see me play. I'm all over the place in my head in the best way possible when it comes to this game. So it feels bittersweet, but that's what it is, and that's how it will be until further notice, I suppose. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you want to support me, check out the description. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you should do that. Why haven't you done that yet, you crazy loon? Also, leave a comment down below with your opinions, your thoughts of this event. Please, I want to know. And with that said, that's it. I'm signing off. Catch you all later. Thank you so much for joining me. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.